This is Langara News from the Journalism Newsroom. Your hosts, Edric Dudang and Aaron Bowe. Bringing you the news that matters. With the weather, Chris Slater. On sports, Ashley Legasic. Reporting on entertainment, Kira Skoklis.
Tonight, we tell you about the craziness behind Black Friday here in Vancouver, how stores are responding, and how our customers are reacting. And Burnaby protesters are back in full force today after Kinder Morgan's application to extend its injunction was denied. Finally, are you still on the lookout for the perfect Christmas present? Shelters are having a kitten sale. And this is Edric Dudang.
And I'm Aaron Bowe. And this is Langara News.
If you're out today, you may have seen people swarming shopping centers drunk on the sales. Charlotte Druitt has a few realities about Black Friday spending that might bring shoppers back down to earth.
Millions of shoppers are jumping on Black Friday sales today, but the jury is still out on whether or not the savings are worth the potential debt.
I'm a shopaholic, so any excuse to come and shop for more sales, I'm into it. But I feel like I get suckered into any sale, so.
But are sale-crazy consumers buying into spending too much? Are they actually saving money?
Probably not, actually. Probably not, because I've actually spent more than I would have spent, so probably not. Thanks for putting that in my head now. Now I'm going to feel bad about that.
However, retailers are cashing in on Black Friday crowds, hoping to beat last year's profits.
About 81 grand, I believe.
Just the store?
Just the store, yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so we're doing really well, like Canada-wide and all that stuff, so.
Langara College political science instructor Stephen Phillips says some of the door-crashing deals are not the bargains they claim.
You know, there have been reports in the media this year, but also I remember last year as well, some investigative reports that seem to suggest that a number of retailers were raising their prices before Black Friday so that they could then claim that they were offering consumers big discounts, when in fact, in many cases, the consumers are actually paying regular prices.
A lot of shoppers are out taking advantage of the Black Friday sales today, but there are also scam artists looking for information about the shoppers.
I would, yeah, as long as I had the guarantee that my information wasn't being sold, that I would definitely do that. And I'm on lots of lists.
Well, I usually buy through sites that I'm familiar with, or trusted sites, or use PayPal or something that I know.
Despite the warnings of credit card scams, shoppers are still tipping their hats to Black Friday.
Maybe we should have our own Thanksgiving sales, because we have our own Thanksgiving, and Americans have this as well. So maybe just my patriotic side. Yeah. But then a sale's a sale, right? When it comes down to.
Savings or not, shoppers are taking advantage of the deals and running away with bags of bargains. For Langara News, I'm Charlotte Druitt.
In the downtown east side, residents of Stamps Place social housing are sick and tired of the BC government making decisions about their homes without any consultation. James Goldie talked to some of the community members.
And our homes are too important for us to remain silent and not demand that the Premier stand up to her Family First agenda.
BC Housing currently owns and operates this social housing project, but has recently invited bids to transfer ownership to a non-profit.
We don't want this site being leveled and then everybody homeless.
Many of the residents at Stamps Place are worried that the sale of their homes will result in higher rent or even eviction.
We are not animal, and we are not thing. So we should not be sold to anyone, anybody, any organization, any society.
Members of the First Nation community in Vancouver are pledging to fight the BC government's sale on the grounds that these buildings are located on unceded Coast Salish territory.
It's not good enough for the province to impose unaccountable, untransparent, non-profit housing societies who do not have the capability to maintain these units for the existing tenants and future tenants.
Stamps Place is largely made up of families and senior citizens. However, these demographics are changing as more individuals with addictions and mental health issues are being moved into the community.
One of the biggest concerns from the seniors, our Chinese seniors, was addictions going into their building.
If the non-profit takes over, they should continue to leave the tenants to stay, and also the rent should be the same.
Most of the non-profit housing societies raise the rent by 10% every year, so we could not afford.
There are 4 non-profits who have placed bids on the property. The deal is set to close by March 2015. For The Voice, I'm James Goldie.
Protesters have been repeatedly arrested on Burnaby Mountain over the last week, but are back in full force today after a victory in the courts. And now Kinder Morgan is pulling out. Nick Johansson has all the details.
Protesters gathered today on Burnaby Mountain as Kinder Morgan crews began to leave the area. They marched up Centennial Way, celebrating their still uncertain victory.
They determined that they would not be able to complete it by the December 1st deadline, so they're pulling out. That's what the rumor is, and there certainly have been a lot of helicopters carrying gear out today. One of the sites has been completely cleared already, where most of the protests took place over the last few days, so it was nice to be able to actually walk through there again today.
University professors joined on the hill today, and many spoke to the large crowd gathered near Burnaby Mountain Parkway. All protesters who were arrested over the last week had their civil contempt charges dropped by a judge yesterday because police had wrongly marked the injunction boundary.
The magical yellow tape, there was no line. It just kept growing and changing, and they took over the forest at one point. The magical yellow line moved from there along the fence line to up there into the trees, the magical yellow tape was never in the right place.
A helicopter was moving drilling equipment from the site throughout the morning, prompting rumors of Kinder Morgan leaving the hill. These rumors were later confirmed by a Kinder Morgan spokesperson.
So what we got right now is what we've been dealing with all morning, is this strange feeling of being in a Francis Ford Coppola film and having like the flight of the Valkyries, dun 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 dun, and the air cav moving in.
Well, in the last 24 hours, everything's flipped upside down and changed completely. I have no idea, but it does appear as though Kinder Morgan's on the retreat from Burnaby Mountain, that's for sure.
I don't think what Kinder Morgan's doing is right. They're not allowed to be up here.
Right.
Drilling holes in the mountain, cutting down the trees.
For Langara News, I'm Nick Johansson.
Vancouver could be getting some snow too this weekend. Maybe not as much as the East Coast, but enough to put a smile on the face of skiers and snowboarders. Shannon Lynch went to the slopes to find out more.
This is Shannon Lynch for Langara News. We're here on location at Cypress Mountain, checking out the snow conditions for snowboarders and skiers. Although snow has been fairly limited on Cypress Mountain so far, temperatures are expected to drop this weekend with a chance of snowfall in Vancouver. Skiers and snowboarders are looking forward to it.
I always exciting about the snowfall, big snowfall.
Are you going to come back to Cypress?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Yes.
Skiers and snowboarders have come from all over to catch the first glimpse of snow on Cypress.
Pretty excited. I mean, I came all the way from San Diego to visit my friend who goes to UBC. And, the big plan was to go snowboarding, so that's a plus.
Media Relations and Director of Sales and Marketing at Cypress, Geoffrey Coleman, talked a little bit about the upcoming season.
And then, as snow comes, we'll open up more conditions and more runs as snow allows.
Although local snowboarders and skiers are content with artificial snow, they're excited to see real powder.
It's a little rough.
A little icy, a little chunky, but
there's some powder, but there's a lot of hard snow, but they're starting to make some more, so.
Hopefully the meteorologist will come through on her prediction for this weekend's coming snowfall.
Not unheard of that the North Shore gets 65 centimeters of snow overnight, and then we're open 100% the next day. So fingers crossed for some natural snow, and we'll look forward to it.
Until then, skiers and snowboarders will just have to settle for artificial snow. For Langara News, I'm Shannon Lynch.
And I'm Lucas Jonka.
Now that we know what's happening on the mountain, here's Chris Slater to tell us our local weather.
Thanks, guys. Well, with the temperature so mild the past week, it's hard to imagine that cold weather is on the way. But it's true. We have a high pressure system pushing in from the north, and it's bringing temperatures right down, so get the cows in the barn. We're currently sitting at 7 degrees in Vancouver, but it's expected to get far colder as the day progresses, with a chance of snow, yes, you heard it, snow, developing this evening. Greater Vancouver is expected to see a centimeter of the white stuff overnight, dropping down to a low of -2. Saturday temperatures will remain below freezing, so bundle up if you're getting out for some early Christmas shopping. It's expected to remain cold and clear over the duration of the weekend and into next week as this high pressure system works its way through our area.
Coming up after the break, we'll hear about gas prices going down. You heard right, they're going down. Stay tuned.
So much better. Thank you.
And today in national news, across the country and around the globe, Black Friday is back and bigger than ever. In New York, a Costco employee reportedly stabbed another with a box cutter before the store even opened. Meanwhile, this was the scene in Britain. A stampede of customers fighting for deals on everything from luggage to lingerie. Business was booming for online retailers as well. Heavy mobile traffic was so jammed that both Best Buy and Hewlett-Packard had to shut down their websites. A costly move for the two electronics giants. Oh, and here's a warning. Black Friday can be a busy time for online scammers. So to protect yourself, here's some advice. Use websites you know. Make sure the sites are encrypted. Don't click on links in emails promising great deals. Use one credit card to make it easier to check for suspicious charges. And don't use credit card info over public Wi-Fi. In other business news, an unexpected holiday treat at the pumps. Oil prices are down to $60 a barrel. And that means, across Canada, filling up just got cheaper. Visiting family and friends this holiday season could cost less than you think if you're driving or flying.
Moving to international news, a new warning on Ebola from the World Health Organization. The WHO says men who recover from Ebola need to abstain from sex for 3 months. That's because traces of the virus can remain in semen for that length of time. And now to Japan. A volcano has erupted after 22 years. The lava and ash spewed down from Mount Aso, about 1,000 kilometers from Tokyo. It's one of the world's largest volcanoes. Roads have been cut off and flights have been canceled. In France, farmers may have some locals saying, "Bah, humbug!" Farmers lead their sheep through the streets of Paris. They're upset that wolves, who have been killing their herds in record numbers, are a protected species. The government pays for each sheep killed by the wolves, but the farmers would rather have the sheep than the money.
The first major storm on Canada's east coast is still packing a punch. The storm hit the Maritimes hard and fast, dumping 35 centimeters of snow and knocking out power to almost 50,000 New Brunswickers. Some residents are still digging themselves out and are waiting for the lights and heat to come back on. Here on the Western Front, the weather picture is much milder, but we might see some of that white stuff too. Isn't that right, Chris Slater?
Nationally, we have cold weather pushing it across the country, with winter storm warnings in place for the Maritimes, much of the southern prairies, and parts of Ontario. In New Brunswick, over 30 centimeters of snow have fallen in the past 24 hours, damaging trees, shutting down schools, and leaving thousands without power. Taking a look at temperatures across the country, we have a high of 8 and a low of 0 for Victoria, partly cloudy. For Calgary, we have a high of -19, low of -22 with scattered flurries. Same for Edmonton, high of -18, low of -22, scattered flurries. Saskatoon, high of -20, low of -25 with scattered flurries giving way to clouds by late afternoon. Winnipeg is looking at a high of -10, dropping to -19, while Toronto is significantly warmer at 4 degrees with a low of -3 with a rain and snow mix. Montreal, we're looking at a sun dropping to -1, down from -7 overnight. And in Atlantic Canada, we're currently at -1 with sun in Halifax. Back to you, Edric.
Coming up after the break, we have a way to prepare you for the Grey Cup festivities next week. Stay with us.
They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty, 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 trying to catch me riding dirty. My music's so loud, I'm swinging.
From the NHL to the CFL, Vancouver is indeed rich with sports this week. The Canucks are on fire, and the Grey Cup is just around the corner. Ashley?
The Vancouver Canucks will be playing the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight in Columbus, their first of a 7-game road trip. Reporter Natasha Chang has the story.
The Vancouver Canucks will face off against the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight at 4. The Canucks have had some much-needed success this season, holding 3rd place in the Western Conference. Blue Jackets, on the other hand, haven't had quite the same fate. They're currently sitting in 2nd to last place in the Eastern Conference. With 6 players out, the Blue Jackets have it worse in the injury department than the Canucks, who currently have Cassian, Hamhuis, and Cecito out. Miller will start in the goal tonight. For the Langara Voice, I'm Natasha Chang.
The countdown to Grey Cup Sunday this weekend is getting closer. The Hamilton Tiger Cats will be playing the Calgary Stampeders at BC Place in Vancouver on Sunday. But not everyone in the audience will be a BC native.
So you guys are all Stampeders fan, eh?
No, some of us are actually smart people.
I'm inside the BC Sports Hall of Fame, which is one of the many places in Vancouver holding celebrations this week in honor of the 102nd Grey Cup, which takes place this Sunday. The Hamilton Tiger Cats will take on the Calgary Stampeders at BC Place in Vancouver. With a regular season of 15 wins and just 3 losses, the Stampeders are well favored to win over the Ticats, who have 10 wins and 10 losses.
I'll be a true sportsman and say let's hope it's a close game. But this guy here is going to probably be the MVP of the game. So there's a prediction for you. Well, I got money back home anyway. Yeah.
I'm betting with these guys this week, so don't look at me.
For the Langara Voice, I'm Natasha Chang.
Speaking of the Grey Cup, its festivities have been going on all week in Vancouver, and you don't necessarily need to be a football fan to have some fun during the lead up to the CFL's biggest game.
Grey Cup fever has hit Vancouver. It's the second day of the Grey Cup Festival at the Vancouver Convention Centre. Hundreds of football fans from across the country have gathered here to share their love for football. Vancouver is hosting the event, but strangely enough, not many BC Lions fans could be spotted.
Fans from, there's Saskatchewan's here, Edmonton's here. There's a few Montreal fans, I haven't seen too many, but we're happy to have everyone here.
Nonetheless, fans from Saskatchewan, Calgary, and Hamilton kept the party running.
I want Hamilton to win, not like my buddy.
Calgary! I want Calgary to win.
Oh, Hamilton all the way, baby.
Fans from Saskatchewan say that better weather in Vancouver brought them to the city.
Well, we come for the festivities, the excitement, the indoor stadium, and the warm weather.
It was not just football that had people gathering for the fest. Free pancakes from the Calgary Grey Cup Committee were the other reason.
People are asking for the syrup. We've already put the syrup in the pancakes.
Football fans, young and old, could be seen reveling at the fest with a handful of police officers keeping an eye out for trouble. For Langara News, I'm Sableen Minhas.
Christmas is less than 1 month away. If you want to get into the festive spirit, visit the Vancouver Christmas Market. They have traditional goodies, unique ornaments, and handmade Christmas gifts. There's lots to do for people of all ages. Ali Crane has details on the festivities.
It's a winter wonderland minus the snow here at the Vancouver Christmas Market, so grab your mittens and sunglasses and head on down to support this annual festival of fun. It's the perfect atmosphere to mix and mingle with family and friends, and Santa Claus himself.
This is a beautiful day. We're getting ready for a very busy weekend here at the Vancouver Christmas Market.
The market has something for everyone, including handmade goods, maple glazed cashews, desserts, specialty clothing, and Black Forest German cake.
Of course, I love my food. I need to gain a little bit of weight. Christmas is coming. I love the beverages, but most importantly, I love the people that come down and just enjoy all the different festivities.
Similar markets have been held in Germany for over 700 years. The president of the market says there are more than 70 stalls this year.
We are now in our 5th year, and every year we add something new to the market. We have quite a number of new booths. We have arts and craft all the way from Germany, and then we have great new food.
If you want to take some Christmas family photos with Santa Claus, there's a photo hut. It's a photo booth style where you take 4 photos in a row. The photo booth is by donation, with proceeds going to the Children's Wish Foundation and the Now That's Ugly Society. The market is family friendly and has lots of activities to keep the kids busy, including gingerbread cookie decorating and a carousel ride.
I like that there's a variety of toys and ornaments and a lot of treats, and I'm excited to buy these things for my friends and family.
The Christmas market is open until December 24th. For each ticket, you can receive a free unlimited entry season's pass. Tickets for adults are $7 and youth at $3. For Langara News, I'm Ali Crane.
Stocking up on holiday cheer could get more expensive next year. Starting April 1st, a new wholesale pricing system for wine goes into effect. And that means the price of a $20 bottle of wine could rise about $2. A $30 bottle could see a $10 hike.
What's better than adopting a new kitten? Adopting a new kitten at half price. If you're thinking about getting a cuddly companion, Alice Dion has the scoop.
Keeping with the spirit of Black Friday, the BC SPCA is offering 50% off adoption fees for their adult cats until Sunday.
It started November 21st, so about a week ago, and it goes on until November 30th. So basically what we're trying to do is help as many animals as we can.
The SPCA is encouraging people to adopt adult cats like James here to make room for other cats that need to come in out of the cold.
It's been going well. There's quite a few kitties being adopted. We have 2, I think, in the next room over, just being adopted right now. And so far today, we've already placed 1 cat, so that's great.
If you're thinking about adopting a cat, but you're not sure you're ready to commit, there are other alternatives.
We're always looking for foster homes, so if you're not able to adopt a cat, maybe you can help a homeless cat temporarily.
Vancouver resident Erin Erskine is a kitty foster parent who had a positive experience with the SPCA 3 years ago when she adopted her own furry little friend.
Gambit was 6 months old when I got him. The SPCA had found him under a shed in Coquitlam, I think. And he was real small, and they took him, and I got him 6 months later. There's no better way to be woken up than a couple little paws smacking me in the face.
So head on down to your local SPCA branch and pounce on this deal. You might just find a perfect new addition to your family. For Langara News, I'm Alice Dion.
That's it for today's newscast. This has been Aaron Bowe
And Edric Dudang for Langara News.
Stay classy, Vancouver.